So initially, I read this book called The Millionaire Next Door. Anyone read it? Because this is a spoiler alert if you haven't. If you're willing to be a miserable a-hole your whole life, you too can die with a bunch of money that your heirs will blow within 3 years. That's the book. So it's a reductionist thinking. It's all about scrimping, saving, sacrificing, delaying, deferring. It's about just always being a miser. And that reductionist thinking prevents true wealth. Because true wealth comes in 5 tracks. And it's not about being balanced in these 5 things, because balance is a myth. Balance is stagnation at best. And you're out of balance right now. None of you guys are exercising right now. Okay, you're doing butt clenches, but the rest of them aren't, all right? So you're out of balance, you're not spending time with your family. Like, being out of balance isn't the problem. Being out of harmony is the problem. Not having depth and presence is the real issue. Because quality means so much more than quantity. I gotta tell you, a week in Italy with my mom and dad was like 10 years. It was like we warped forward in our relationship because we're sitting there drinking a little bit of wine, hanging out at the pool, and having conversation. Talking about how my great-grandfather didn't even have enough money to put food on the table. We say stupid things like that in society today. If you're an American, you say, oh, I'm having a hard time putting food on the table. What the hell? You could play Xbox, smoke weed, drive a jalopy car, and you don't even have to have a job today, right? Like, he really was having trouble because it's in southern Italy. The mob was pulling out some of his profits from his little, small, failing business. And also, the government was taxing him because they do a good job in Italy taxing the piss out of people. So he had to leave his pregnant wife to provide a better family. He saw his daughter for the first time when she was 7 years old. He lived in a tent for 7 years as a goat herder and then finally graduated up to the amazing job of a coal miner. Imagine the level of playing not to lose that comes from a family in that paradigm. And playing not to lose means there's no talk about building a life you love. It's not a conversation about impact and value creation and how you can reach people and what you do to change the world. It's a conversation about survival. And no amount of money actually saves people in that. Because my great aunt, her name was Mary, she had $552,000 at her little credit union in the savings account, because I think she still had the first dollar she ever earned. And she applied for welfare. You wanna know why? Because financial freedom is a state of mind, not a state of having. Financial freedom is when money is no longer the primary reason or excuse why we would do or not do something. No longer the primary reason, only a consideration. People in playing not to lose, it's the only consideration. What does it cost? How do I reduce the cost? Therefore, minimizing humanity and the best of what we have to offer. And I'm pissed about that, apparently. This is pissed and passionate together, right?